Shower tray out of pebble stones. Tiles are one of the most common materials for bathroom decoration. However, few people know that it could be easily replaced with ornamental stone. Moreover, not just along the perimeter of the room floor, but even in the shower cabin. The construction of a shower cabin using such stone is shown in the video. You can even use pebbles. In this case, the builder uses small, flat stones. This material has a very significant advantage. Pebble stones are cheaper than tiles. To guarantee the durability of the surface, you have to choose the right building materials. For example, the cement on which the material is laid must have water-repellent properties. Only then it will be able to withstand the damaging effects of water for years or even decades. The process of laying the material is long, but the result is worth it. As each stone has a unique shape, the master has to select one by one, so they would lay close together, creating a nice pattern. After all the stones have been laid, the master uses mortar to fill the gaps, or a special flexible grout to guarantee each stone will be firmly fixed in its place. Tracksporter TX2500. A variety of bulk materials is used on almost any construction site, like roads or backyard areas. The problem is that not only large companies with big, expensive, specialized equipment work in that field. That is why the loading and transportation of bulk materials in the case of small construction projects is often very complicated. The Tracksporter TX2500 is a small machine capable of solving such a problem. The principle of operation is similar to that of a dump truck, but at the same time the vehicle is compact, maneuverable, and has a relatively small cost. The manufacturer recommends using Tracksporter for transportation of stones, crushed stone, and gravel. The 1.5 cubic meter tank can also carry wood. Despite its modest size, the equipment is capable of carrying materials weighing up to 2.5 tons. The maximum speed of movement is 12 kilometers per hour, but it is fully compensated by the amazing passability of the machine. The wide crawlers allow to drive on bumpy roads, overcome obstacles, and even to drive through shallow water. The operator's seat, together with the other controls, rotates so the mini dump truck moves equally well in all directions. The body, which rotates at an angle of 180 degrees, is also an advantage. Delta level system. If you've chosen to decorate a room with tiles, you need to plan the work properly. Ideally, the builders need to have an appropriate set of tools to perform the work in the shortest possible time. However, speed of work should not affect the quality of the finished coating. This fast tile laying system from Ruby is exactly the tool that you need. It's a box with reusable wedges, strips, and nippers. The system can be used for both laying ceramic tiles on horizontal and vertical surfaces. Working with the system is pretty easy too. The red plastic strips are installed in the seams between the tiles as they are laid. A wedge is inserted into the hole and pushed through with the nippers to fit tightly. The procedure guarantees that all the tiles are on the same level. The system also prevents the tiles from accidentally shifting during the hardening of the mortar. As a result, the surface is perfectly flat and the builders spent less time and effort. Textured wall. An original wall finishing is the application of an unusual and beautiful texture on the surface. This process doesn't usually take long, but it requires ingenuity from the builder. Modern manufacturers create a paint with a special composition. With the help of a special roller, a textured pattern is created. For example, in this case, the worker uses Burger paint products. The entire procedure takes no more than a couple of days. First, the worker covers the wall with a special acrylic primer. It takes 2 hours to dry. Then it is painted using a special roller for emulsion paint. When the layer is applied to the wall, it's left for 10 minutes to settle, and then it's treated with the texture roller. Now you need to leave the wall to dry for 6 to 8 hours. After that, the procedure is repeated to make the pattern more pronounced. Interestingly, the resulting surface has water-repellent properties, so it can be washed with a damp sponge if necessary. Concrete machinery. Despite the fact that concrete is one of the most popular materials in the construction industry, the technology for its preparation and transportation has not changed for a very long time. Builders have to use shovels to fill the raw materials in the high mixers. The most common way to transport finished concrete is by hand. The system you see on the screen makes the work of the builders much easier and faster. First of all, pay attention to the hydraulic hopper, which lifts the raw material and pours it into the mixer. It has a large opening for easier filling. It's also low enough and has optimal capacity. This means that workers make less effort. Another device solves the problem of transporting concrete to a high place. This is a special bucket attached to a lift into which the concrete is poured directly from the mixer. All the equipment shown on the screen was manufactured by the Indian company JP. Changing grass. If the grass in your backyard lacks colors and grows unevenly, at first glance it may seem that the solution to the problem will take months. However, you don't necessarily have to reseed the grass. You can simply replace it, just like the workers you see on the screen did. The whole procedure took them no more than a couple of days. The first step is removing the old grass layer along with the topsoil using a regular shovel. Next, the boundaries are marked to make the area more tidy. This barrier can be made of wood, concrete, brick, or metal. Before laying a new layer of grass, the surface must be properly prepared. This area is filled with water, so first the whole area is evenly covered with gravel. It will serve as a drainage system. Then it's compacted to remove the air pockets. Next, the workers water the area and then cover it with a film to protect it from weeds. The lawn is supplied in the form of rolls, which are simply rolled out so that the edges of the grass strips touch each other. Then the sand is poured to stabilize the lawn. It also has a good effect on its durability. The grass is then brushed out to make the sand set better.